Tonight, I want to talk to a very specific group of women. I am on YouTube tonight, TikTok, and Instagram. So if you see me looking different directions, that's why. But I want to talk to women who feel like they keep having the same experience where they meet men who at the beginning seem interested, and then something changed. There's a shift. Aw, thank you, love. I just saw someone from Friendship the other day. Small world. Texting slows down. His effort becomes inconsistent. And suddenly, you're just trying to figure out what happened. And I want to address something. It takes so much vulnerability and strength to get back out there when you're in the dating world, especially if you've been hurt, especially if you've been disappointed. And so you finally muster up the courage to get back out there. You finally meet someone who seems like you guys are getting along, like there's chemistry. And now all of a sudden, you don't know what happened. And you start wondering, did I do something wrong? Did I make a misstep? And if that experience sounds familiar, will you please stay with me tonight? I want to teach you something. Hi, good to see you, love. Thank you to everyone who said hi on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. I want to explain a pattern that thousands of women experience. And a lot of people haven't been able to explain what is happening. And if it's okay with you, I'm going to take my time tonight. I'm going to take my time, and I want to make sure that I really speak authentically from my heart. Is that okay? I'm very passionate about what I teach, and I want to be very sensitive to the people who are listening because I'm aware that everybody listening is at different places emotionally and even psychologically. And I need you to understand that dating can take a toll on your mental health. And we're in a day and age where a lot of people, I think, forget that we're dealing with humans. We're dealing with spirits. We're having a human experience. And the way that people discard others can be very painful. It can be very traumatizing. And hey, Kenny, we live in a culture where it's, hashtag unbothered and trying to seem unfazed. But a lot of you are bothered. If you're comfortable putting bothered in the comments, bothered to me means you're actually a human and you're not in denial that you have emotions and feelings. And so I want to talk to the people who are not unbothered tonight. I want to strip away all the ego, all the bravado, all the fake. Can we keep it a buck tonight? Is that okay? I love that. Thank you, Emily. If I'm really honest, you guys, I'm trying to keep it together right now. Because I'm a woman who feels deeply and I'm very passionate. But I can't talk if I get emotional. So bear with me. I want to set the room. And for those of you who've never met me before, if you've never seen me, by the way, drop a one in the comments. I promise normally I'm more bubbly. But if you've never seen me, drop a one. And I just want to set this space because I believe that there's a woman watching who is really struggling to hold on by a thread. One of the best pieces of advice I got from somebody who I learned from when I was getting into the social media space is be really clear on who you're talking to. And they said the best person you can talk to, they call it your avatar in marketing terms, is the you of yesterday. They said every piece of content you make, talk to the woman that needed what you're giving today. Meghan Markle, well, that's a compliment. She's so pretty. And so this is going to be hard for me to have this conversation without crying because I think about the me that was having thoughts for social media. I'm going to just say thoughts because I didn't feel like I had any hope. I was somebody who had so much love to give, it almost physically felt like it made my chest hurt. This is bugging you guys. I know I'm live and I'm not supposed to do this, but my little table is bugging me. Can I just move this out of the space? I don't like it in the video. I've been staring at it. I'm just going to keep it a buck tonight. We're just going to move that out of the... There we go. That was bugging me. Can I take my time? Can y'all rate time in the comments if I can take my time and get this out? Because I think it's going to be very powerful. Now it's going to be in this shot. Oh, God. I don't want this in the shot at all. It's just going to bug me. There we go. Much better. And I moved it from one shot to the other. All right. We're just going to leave it like that. So I want to talk to the woman who tonight you're struggling. It's the weekend. You should be having fun. You should be turning up. But you probably don't feel like turning up because you are stressed out. My name is Yancy. I am a dating coach. I've been coaching women in dating and relationships for 11 years. And I started out on this journey accidentally because I was a woman who had a failed marriage. I was 12 years in, and the relationship was very volatile. And I found my breaking point. And I knew that I could either go a really dark route or I could walk away. My mental health was not at a place where I could stay. Because for me, being loved was everything. I thought I had reached the mountaintop when I found a man who wanted to marry me and start a family with me. And when it wasn't what I thought it would be, and I didn't feel loved, I reached the end of my rope. Now, those of you who know my story know I take full accountability. I completely understand why I stressed that man out. We are friends now. We fully reconciled. That's my dude. That's my dog. But it doesn't change the fact that at that time, I was broken. Something inside me broke. And when I say I understand what it feels like to feel hopeless, I overstand. I wish I didn't know because that would have meant I didn't go through that. But I know that I went through that so that I could sit here today in 2026 and have this conversation with you. And if you feel comfortable enough doing so, can you put in the comment hopeless if you have feelings of hopelessness from time to time? Because you so badly want to experience the type of love that you pour out to other people. And as of yet, you have yet to receive that. Okay, this is confirmation I found my people. Algorithm be rhythming, okay? Someone on YouTube said, "Oh my, what did I miss?" So I want to talk to you, the person who said hopeless. Thank you for saying you needed this because it's confirmation for me too. What I've seen in dealing with thousands of women, a lot of them follow the same exact pattern, myself included, my former self. It's a different man, of course, different city, different circumstance, but the emotional experience they go through is almost identical. And what I realized is that a lot of women think that their situation is unique. They think that they're the only one who is going through this agony. But when I look from a bird's eye view, I see there's actually a pattern that keeps arising consistently. There's a great woman, heart of gold, would give the shirt off of her back. Loving, very intelligent. These are not bimbos. These are very intelligent women, but yet they end up emotionally attached to men who give them the bare minimum. The bare minimum. Crumbs. And tonight, we're going to talk about why this happens. Why good women who are loving women, intelligent women, thriving in all other aspects of their lives, by the thousands, keep getting tied to men who are giving them the bare minimum. Like the men themselves will admit, yes, I'm giving her the bare minimum. I'm not talking about perception. I'm talking the reality. He's giving the bare minimum. So let's lighten it up a little bit. Before we continue, can you tell me where you are watching from? And before you give your city and state, you can give your city and state if you want. Let's be fun. Let's talk about literally where you're watching from. Like, right? So I'm in my office. You're gonna tell me where you're watching from. It makes it a little bit fun to imagine where everybody is with their phones at this time. Shout out to California. West Side. Cali girl here. All right. So let me know. Okay, bedroom, in my bed, on my bed, in the living room, in the bathroom, kitchen counter, massage chair, nice. In your bed, in your bed. It's 8 o'clock here. In your bed, okay. In your bedroom, in the kitchen cooking, on the bed, in the living room, on the treadmill. Yes, get yourself together. Brushing my teeth, getting ready for bed. This helps because I can't see you guys. So it's cool to imagine where you guys all are listening. And it's just technology is amazing to think I could be in my office in Texas and you guys are hearing everything. On my bed, it's morning here. What time is it? What time is it there? Thank you for doing that, you guys. Now, if you have a friend that comes to mind when you think about the situation, beautiful woman, loving, like you feel like, oh my God, and a man would be so lucky to get her, but she's single and she keeps ending up with men who give her crumbs. Can you do me a favor? There's a reason she's on your mind when I said that. Can you share it with her? Can you share this live stream with her? Just, hey girl, I think you're going to really benefit from this. Can you take 10 seconds and do that? And then we're going to dive in. Once I get started, y'all, I'm like a train, freight train. So take this second. Oh, 1 in the morning. Okay. Hold on. Hold on to your bonnets. It's me, I'm the friend. Oh. She's watching. She is watching. Well, if you have a friend in addition to you, okay, not gonna cry. I'm gonna get through the rest of this without crying. In Jesus' name. All right. So before we go further, I want you to think about the last situationship that you had with a man, not to trigger you, but think about the last situation you had with a man that left you feeling confused or emotionally drained. Oh, she said, I'm already crying. I hope you're in a place where you could just relax and let it out and you got lots of tissues. Okay. So think of that situation. And now I'm going to go through a couple of signs. And I want you to tell me if any of these sound familiar. Okay. These are the signs that this live stream is for you because this live stream is going to take about an hour, just a little over an hour. And if you're going to spend an hour, you want to make sure, like it's like a preview, right? You want to make sure you're at the right spot. So these 10 signs will let you know if you're in the right spot. And I thought I had listed my 10 things, but I don't think I put my numbers on them, y'all. I gotta have my notes, otherwise I will stay on here for 3 hours. So I don't have my numbers in front of me, but we're just gonna go off the top and see how many I can remember, okay? All right. So you meet a guy who's really interested at first. He's texting, making plans, and suddenly his energy changes. Okay, that's one. Drop a one in the comments if you've experienced that. Okay, if so, this live stream is for you. And if you have all 10, you have no business getting off this live stream. Okay. Number 2, you find yourself checking your phone more often than you care to admit. Drop a 2 in the comments, please. You find yourself checking your phone more often than you would like to admit, wondering if he's going to reach out. Drop a 3 in the comments if you caught yourself thinking, well, maybe he's busy because he hasn't reached out the way you thought he would. Maybe he's just busy. Okay, that's a 3 if you thought that. Number 4, you read and reread and reread and reread messages. She's a 3. Reread messages trying to figure out what he meant. ChatGPT needs a cocktail after that, right? After encounters with you. She said 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm glad I found my people. You're phoning a friend. You're trying to figure this out, okay? Now, drop a 5 in the comments if some days he gives you attention and you feel amazing. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, this is what I was holding out for. And then other days he disappears. It's like, Casper, where did he go? That's number 5. Can you drop a number 6 in the comments if you have wondered if you maybe accidentally did something that made him pull away? Like, did I do something? Like, what's going on? That's number 6. Okay. Number 7, drop a 7 in the comments, the chat, if you've told yourself, well, maybe I just need to give him some space. Maybe I have an anxious attachment style. Maybe I come on too strong. Like maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm expecting too much. I did just meet him. Like, let me pump the brakes and calm down. That's number 7. Number 8, comment number 8, if you've spent more time, if you go back and think about time, you spent more time trying to understand his behavior and what it all means, searching for the blues clues, than actually enjoying the relationship. So when you added it all up, drop a number 8, if you spent way more time trying to dissect and discern and figure out what's happening rather than just having your hair blow back and enjoying this relationship as it unfolds. Drop a number 9 in the comments If you feel emotionally invested, experiment. You feel emotionally invested even though the situation makes you feel hella anxious. Number 9 is you feel emotionally connected. You are very drawn to him, even though that same connection leaves you feeling incredibly anxious. And finally, number 10, if you dare to be this transparent, number 10, drop a 10 if you feel embarrassed, low key, admitting how much the situation affects you. You feel a little bit embarrassed about how much this hurts. Now, if anyone had all 10, I want you to spell the word 10, T-E-N. They got 10 exclamation point. Okay? If you have all 10, close to 10, please, please watch this live stream. Okay? And if you have to leave, go back, make a point, put a reminder on your phone, go to my YouTube channel. It's under the same name, Chasing Yancy, and watch the live stream on repeat. Okay? Go back, please. Okay? Is there anybody who has to go? Comment go. If anybody has to go and you cannot stay the full hour, but you had almost all 10, can you comment the word go if you have to go? I want to know that not a single person who is here is going to miss it. Okay, so Apple user, please make sure you go to YouTube. It's Chasing Yahtzee. And please mark that, save it for watch for later, okay? So anyone who says they have to go, please, 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 please watch that live stream later. It'll be up as soon as it finishes here, okay? For the rest of y'all, let's get into it. This live stream is for women who have found themselves sitting on the couch, staring at your phone, wondering if you should text him. Like I said, you're rereading all these old messages from back when he seemed interested. Like, was I crazy? Or did he, what did he seem? You tell yourself, I'm not going to think about him today. I'm not going to think about him today. I'm not going to think about him today. And then all you do is think about him. Every doggone thing you do, you think about him. And when his name pops up on your phone or you see a notification from him on social media, you feel a rush of excitement. Somebody said I fixed them and they go back to their exes. Someone said that they're a foster dater. They foster men back to health. I don't mean to laugh. That was crazy though. How about this? You start getting ready to go out because you're like, I cannot be sitting around thinking about this lady's son anymore. But you're secretly hoping that he texts you. You try to be outside and be fabulous in your stories and post and let him see that you are unbothered, but you're bothered. You really wish he was messaging you. How about this one? When it's time to go to bed. Oh my God. And you realize he hasn't reached out all day. And you're like, am I really about, this is ghetto. Like, I'm really about to go to bed and this man has not so much as checked to see if I'm alive. Can you write seen if you feel seen right now? You look at your phone one more time before you're like, should I put it on do not disturb like I normally do? I don't want to miss it. What if he calls me as I'm dozing off and I miss it? Right? So you eventually tell yourself you're going to emotionally detach. Oh my God, but the moment he reaches back out, hope comes right back. So someone said, what I'm describing is not a man-woman thing, it's an anxious avoidant attachment thing. I am aware, thank you for saying that. So in case anyone else is thinking this, I speak specifically to women, and so I'm always going to speak to women. But I'm glad you said that because I didn't set the room today. Men, if you are watching this, you guys can listen too. Just change the gender, okay? Okay. Thank you for sharing that, sir. You are constantly trying to act calm when you see this guy, even though inside you are really wondering if he still likes you. And when you're around your friends, oh my God, you feel so embarrassed when you start to tell the story. Because when you start to tell the story, you hear it out loud and you realize they're hearing it out loud. And you're like, yeah, yeah. And so now you're left wondering, why in the world do I care so much about someone who seems unsure about me? She's sorry. I don't know if we're trying to be funny, but that was really funny. Oh, she is, because she said LOL. She said, I prefer to be embarrassed in private. So I don't tell anyone anything. Ooh. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I can laugh. She put LOL, so I have permission to laugh. Cause that's me. I like, look, let me take my L's in private. Let me just act a fool over this lady's son in private. Ain't nobody needs to know. By the way, if you guys need somebody who will see you and gently give you the best advice she can, she said, "Be dumb in peace." I can't. Go ahead and follow my page, y'all. If you can stand a big sister to love on you every day when you open up your social media, go ahead and follow my page. She said, "For real, because I'm a gangster." Oh, I'm a hoe. I'm a thug. I might shed a thug tear, but I'm a thug up in these streets. Big old baby. So clearly, you guys have experienced that. Okay. Understand, and I'm going to do something actually so that you guys can see this. Everybody who can, except for people who are driving, it's unsafe to take your hands off the wheel or whatever. I want literally every single person, which should be over 200 people at this point. I want you to all write yes in the chat if you identify. And there's a reason I'm doing this. So can you just take 30 seconds and I want you to just spam the comments. You just say it one time, but put yes. Now watch this, you guys. After you put yours, look at the comments, okay? TikTok is on fire. So YouTube, y'all not seeing a lot. Instagram, y'all not seeing a lot. There's a couple on Instagram, okay? TikTok's what is that? TikTok be just, I don't know what it is about the algorithm. They just be different on TikTok. Okay. Now look at this. Now, those of you who can't see TikTok, there is nothing but yeses going up and down my screen or going up my screen. Okay. Yes after yes after yes after yes. Oh, muñeca. I like that name. How cute. Hola, muñeca. Okay. Now, the reason why I asked you to do this is because you need to understand you are not alone. Okay. This is a very common experience. You're welcome. Hola. Bienvenido, if it's your first time. Now, not only are you not alone, not only does this happen, let's have a little fun because we've got pretty serious, right? I'm going to give you, I don't know, maybe about 10 things. Oh, nice. 10 things that men are going to say if they are emotionally unavailable, but they still want access. Okay? Can you comment access? That's the key word. These are phrases that men who are emotionally unavailable and know they're emotionally unavailable, okay? They know they are, but they still want access, okay? Men might get mad about this because once you hear this, you got the cheat code. All right. Tell me if any of these have sounded familiar. And you can drop the target emoji, okay? Target emoji when you hear one that you've heard more than once, okay? This is what he's gonna say as you're getting to know him. I'm just really busy right now. I got a lot going on right now. I'm really busy. You see, he has to get up, brush his teeth, wash his face, clean his behind, shower, and make his bed. He doesn't have time to text you. He also has to eat 3 meals a day and occasionally put gas in his car. So, ladies, calm down. He doesn't have a lot of time, but I still want access to you. Number 2, I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm emotionally intelligent enough that I know I'm not ready for a relationship with you, but I want to do all the relationship things. Don't we love that? Love that. I hate that for you. She says screaming on the inside. Ladies, write these down. Teach your children. Listen for these phrases. These men feel guilty, so they tell you this. I'm just letting you know so you could write them all down and know without a shadow of a doubt that's what it means. Es la verdad. Okay? Here we go. Number 3. I don't want to hurt you. That's my telenovelas expression, okay? I don't want to hurt you. So I'm going to proceed to do this, that. When these men tell you this, step 1, thank God. Step 2, thank him. Step 3, look for the nearest exit and run! All right. Number 4. Oh, I love this one. You deserve someone better. I see your value. I see your beauty. I see your intelligence. And I know what I'm bringing to the table, and I know what you're bringing to the table. And you deserve someone better. I'm going to say it with my words, but I'm going to stick around to confuse the mush out of you. But I'm off the hook because I told you, you deserve better. And if you stick around, that's on you, not on me, because I said it. And therefore, ethically, I'm a good guy. You're an adult. You should be able to make wise decisions. I shouldn't have any accountability for giving you boyfriend energy when I don't want to be a boyfriend. How about this one? I just need space. What he really means, ladies, if you were to take that font and zoom in a little bit, the space that he's talking about is the space between your thighs. Because he's going to give you boyfriend energy and he doesn't want to be your boyfriend. Close them fast. How about this one? I'm dealing with a lot right now. But instead of going to therapy, I'm going to use that as an excuse to stick around and mess up your life. I'm just dealing with a lot right now. Now, here's the thing. Somebody said it's just teaching men how to lie. Here's the thing, ladies. Men are not master level manipulators. Even if they stopped using all of these phrases, which they're not, because not every man is going to watch this video, but even if they did, they can't hide it. Ladies, we were given with something called intuition, and we can feel it. We can feel it when it's not sincere. How about this one? Let's just see where things go. You know what? Let's get in the car. Let's gas it up and let's just go on the freeway and just drive. Let's just drive and drive and drive, and let's just see where we end up. Doesn't that sound like fun? And then you can keep putting gas in the car. Yeah, let's not even look at the weather. Let's not even look at the forecast. I don't care if there's hail, hurricanes, tornadoes. Let's just get in the car because I just want to see where things go. Anyone ever heard that one? Oh, fun. He's an adventurist. How about this one? Why are you putting pressure on this? I know I'm putting pressure on your guts every night, but why are you trying to put pressure on this? Like, I know I'm giving you boyfriend energy and I'm trying to blow your back out every chance I get, but like, what's all the pressure? I mean, calm down. Cálmate. Okay. How about this one? I'm just not good at relationships, but I'm going to proceed to act exactly like someone in a relationship. It's like a magic trick. This is one of my favorites. I just I just don't want labels. You see, if you go into my fridge, you're just gonna see jars of like red sauce and yellow sauce and white sauce. I know other people leave ketchup labels and mustard labels and mustard and mayo labels, but like for me, labels aren't like my thing. It actually triggers me when I drive and I see all the signs because, like, I just don't like labels. I don't like to feel constricted and constrained. Thank you, Terica. These statements keep hope alive. It says, I'm going to stick around, but with a disclaimer. This is saying I have a get out of jail free card later. Ladies, they are not trying to move the relationship along. They are trying to use a get out of jail card later. Do you hear what I'm saying? That was just a little freebie in this masterclass, okay? I believe you should have a win, a quick win, okay? Anybody get put on game? Understand? Okay? Do not, no more blues clues, no more chat GPT. What does it mean if he says that he's still trying to get over his ex? If he's giving a disclaimer, there's a reason. He don't want to go to jail. Now, I want to ask you a question. When you think about that relationship that you were in that is making you unhappy, can you tell me what did you have happen in your body? Okay. Some women said they felt anxiety, panic attacks. Some said they had insomnia, they couldn't sleep. Some people said their stomach was constantly in knots. Some people had their hair fall out, edges were just gone. Some people said they struggled to focus at work. Some people said they really had a hard time being a mom because kids need it from you constantly. She said all of the above, and then I can't eat. Well, then some people overeat. You emotionally eat, so then you get chubby. That's fun. Now you're heartbroken and chubby. Yay! Winning. Distracted, numb. Okay. Your body often recognizes the signs of instability before your mind does. Ladies, can you hug yourself if you're not holding your phone? Hug yourself because God gave you something incredible. He gave you a body with a nervous system that recognizes instability before your mind does. Okay, or your mind, you might try to talk yourself out of it, but your body is going, eh, 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 mayday, mayday, mayday. So let me ask you something honestly. When the energy in that relationship shifted, Was there a small little voice inside of you that spidey senses told you something wasn't right? Did you have a little inkling, like, something? Most women I work with say yes. And hear me clearly what I said. They felt it early, but they hoped they were wrong. Their body felt it early. They might have even perceived it with their mind, but they hoped they were wrong. Comment hope in the comments, if you will. By the way, guys, when you engage with the comments, it lets me know, one, that you're engaged and you're hearing it, but it also tells the algorithm that you guys are enjoying this, and it really helps. It helps get the word out to more people, okay? And I want more people to be able to hear this, so thank you for engaging. One of the most powerful things that happen when women do the healing work is they learn to trust that voice again. Feng Shui says, I didn't know this was so common. This is why I like doing this as a live stream, so people can understand you are not alone. This happens to, I want to say, the majority of women, okay? So I want to say something here. If you are already realizing, just listening, she said, yeah, we're shocked. We're in the same boat. Yeah, you guys all are. There's nothing wrong with you, okay? Oh, she said, I just hopped in this helpful. Good, 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 good. If you are realizing that this pattern has shown up more than once, a guy came in your life, you got your spidey senses, you said, this isn't right, and then it proceeded to be exactly what you thought, and then the next guy showed up, spidey senses went off, but you stayed. If you start to realize that there is a pattern, comment the word pattern, okay? You're very self-aware if you already are picking up on this. And understand that realizing it's a pattern is why I created a healing program. The way my brain works is I always look for patterns. Like, I'm psycho about patterns. Anytime I see a pattern, my brain goes, someone said, I have a gift of systems. Because if I see patterns, my brain says, if it's a good thing, how can I keep it going? If it's a bad thing, how can I keep it from ever happening again? I'm one of those people, let it happen one time. And if something works for me, let me figure out what it was and duplicate it over and over again and show other people. So I created a program called Dating from Wholeness. And if at any point during this live stream, you realize that you want help breaking the pattern, you can immediately send me a DM, okay? So let me just explain and we're getting right back to the end, to the live stream. YouTube, it's written in the description, so you can just click it right below in the description of the video. TikTok, you guys have to DM. So you would hit this little yellow arrow, it's orange for some people, and then you're gonna DM the word freedom. Instagram, you guys are lucky. The algorithm or the technology is set up on Instagram to where you can just write in the comments. Okay, you can just write in the comments, or you can DM me. But then your DM will start an automation, and you have to interact with the automations because it's wired that way to make sure it's not spamming. So you have to interact and say, "I'm giving consent." Okay. So if at any point you're like, "I'm done. I'm ready. Like, this is my sign. I'm done." You could just follow that. Okay, and then you can come back to life if you want. So listen, there are absolutely, oh, I love that. Sorry. One of my students is here. She said, I started the modules in December and I've attracted my guy. I love that, you guys. That's a different program than what I'm talking about right now. I'll share that later. But y'all, there are so many women who have taken this program and gotten engaged and married, okay? And I love that. I've never found out on a live stream before. Usually they DM me. So please DM me, my love. DM me. I would love to print you out and feature you because I love love. Okay. Oh, congratulations. Okay. She's on TikTok, y'all. So if anyone wants to send her love, I'll pass it on. She's on TikTok. But that's awesome. I rebuke that energy in the name of Jesus. I'm very blessed that I don't have craziness like that often. Okay. Oof. All right. Talk about one extreme to the other in emotions. I want to say this. Oh, what is her name again? What is it? What was her name? Let me scroll, y'all. Um, Rosalind. Rosalind, the lead light chick. Congratulations. Okay. Who said ignore? I blocked the demons. That's what I did. I said ignore the demons. I blocked the demons. Um, I want to say this. There absolutely are emotionally unavailable men out there. You know, I was joking, being playful in the things that they say, but they really are. They exist. There are emotionally unavailable men out there. And the way that dating is set up right now, our modern dating, it makes it really easy for people to stay emotionally unavailable because there's kind of like there's very low bar, right? But when you have the same situation repeating with different men, it's usually not bad luck. It's usually a pattern, which is why I had you put in there a pattern. Now, here's the big moment. You guys ready for this? Lean in. And I jokingly tell my students this. Oh, I'm glad you followed. This is the time you got to pull up your big girl panties because this might sting just a little bit, even though it's not intended to. Okay? Love you guys. Just many women who find themselves dealing with this pattern are some of the most loving people. Okay, I'm saying people because there are men watching too. Some of the most loving people. Pero, somewhere earlier in your life, there was a wound, an injury that formed around your sense of validation and worth. Okay? So if validation and worth was a limb on your body, it would be like you having a severe contusion, a severe bruise around validation and worth. What does that mean? Validation is a fancy word. Validation means you're all right with me. Stamp of approval. You are worthy. Okay? Why does this happen? Maybe for you, love during your formative years where your little brain was forming, love felt inconsistent. And you might say, but I had a happy childhood. My parents were both in the home and we didn't struggle with money. Sometimes inconsistency could simply be a mom who works really hard. Maybe mom's a doctor, dad's a lawyer, and you had to fend for yourself a lot. Maybe you had a sibling with special needs, and so a lot of the time and attention was given to that person. Maybe you had a parent who was really sick themselves, and they weren't always available to just show up the way they wanted to. Maybe they had a substance abuse problem, alcohol, drugs, and it made them sometimes be there, and you knew they had a good heart, you knew they loved you, but they were really going through it. Maybe you had a mom who was really struggling financially because maybe dad took off and she was just so stressed out. You know she loves you. You absolutely know she loves you, but she just sometimes she was really present and warm. This doesn't always have to be that you were abandoned, like you were sent into foster care, although some of you went to foster care and you felt like love was inconsistent. Or some of you, you believed that love had to be earned because you got more warmth when you did well, when you won that game, when you got that A, when you could do your gymnastics properly, when you kept your room clean. You got more warmth. You got warmth rather, and you didn't get warmth when you weren't performing. So you learned if I can just be good enough, if I can be patient enough, if I can be loving enough, the little girl in you says, someone will choose me eventually. That belief that forms as a child makes women especially vulnerable to men who give her just enough attention to keep hope alive. This belief that if I can just do XYZ makes you ripe prey for a man who is going to give you just enough attention. Little eyedropper. There you go. There you go, little birdie. Oh, little crumb. There you go. And you, oh, I got a crumb. Maybe if I work harder, I'll get more crumbs. Maybe tomorrow I'll get 2 crumbs. And hope is kept alive. Not Mr. Breadcrumb. I don't mean to laugh, but sometimes you guys make me laugh. Sorry. This is a serious part of the class. That just was really funny. You know what I thought about was those little smiley faces. You know, the little smiley, Mr. Happy, Mr. This, Mr. That. Do you remember those little smiley faces from like the 80s? I just thought about Mr. Breadcrumb. Okay, anyways. Now, I want to say something because there are always a few women listening who are thinking, okay, that's I related before, but I've done a lot of healing work now. Okay. Maybe you grew up in a very healthy environment and you didn't have a validation wound that I described. And so maybe this particular part doesn't really resonate with you. And if that's the case, this particular workshop that I'm talking about, Day from Wholeness, it might not be what you need. Okay. Because this is specifically designed for women who are trying to break this emotional attachment pattern. But the timing is crazy. The woman who said she's taking the modules are part of a course that I have. It's a full dating course that focuses on understanding male psychology, understanding attraction dynamics, what makes people attracted, how to navigate dating with confidence, which is really key. Learning how men approach relationships. I spent 11 years interviewing men. I understand men like a lot. Okay. Bishop R.C. Blake said that I have an uncanny understanding of men that he's never seen before. And I teach you how men actually approach relationships. So if you feel, just a side note, if you feel like someone who is already emotionally healthy, you can comment healthy, but you want a deeper understanding of men and understand why they do what they do. That's where I started. That's literally how I got here, because I just would ask men questions all the time. Why do you do what you do? Okay. And you want to understand dating dynamics, then I have a course that is better for you. Really quickly, Schoolmaster said women love bad guys. The reason why women love bad guys, they love the traits of bad guys. Bad guys embody masculine energy with a toxic twist. So, free game. You don't have to buy my book. I'll tell you the secret in my book. Do the things that bad boys do without being toxic. If you are masculine like a bad boy, the women will be all over you. There is a level of machismo and masculinity that comes with a side of toxicity. If you take the toxicity away, they're giving perfect masculine energy. That is why women are drawn to bad boys. Share I say, unhealthy women are drawn to bad boys. Healthy women recognize that, yes, this is very intoxicating to my feminine nature, but I don't want the side of toxic that comes with it. So learn what that masculine energy is, and you will have women eating out of the palm of your hands. Just don't use it for evil. So those of you who feel like you are healthy, this is not necessarily resonating with you, but you want a deeper understanding of men and dating dynamics, I have a limited time discount on my course. If anyone wants to grab it and you say, okay, I already did the healing work, all you have to do is send me a DM. You're going to send me the DM fresh, the word fresh. Okay. And anybody who's on their healing journey who also wants this, you can do it. You can do it at the same time. This is lifetime. You get lifetime access to it. I unpack a ton. I'm not going to go into details because you can just read it on the page there. It gives you a ton. I have had so many women get married after taking that course. A lot of women get into relationships before they finish that course. So it is listed at $595, but I have a coupon just for those of you watching the live stream. If you want to drop down the price $300 just for being on my live stream, I'll give you a $300 coupon. Okay. So YouTube, you guys don't have it because I actually forgot about you guys, but you guys can DM me on Instagram or TikTok if you want the coupon. But TikTok, you guys can DM me the word fresh and then follow the automation and it will give you a $300 off coupon. Okay, it's normally $5.95. So cash in, girl. I'm feeling generous tonight. Instagram, you guys can comment in the comments if you want it fresh. Again, I recommend this course to everyone, but if you also need healing work, I recommend doing the healing one first and then go into the course, okay? All right, let's keep going. So why do women have to do all this? I get this question a lot. Oh my God, we have to go through we jump through so many hoops to get in this relationship. We go through therapy, we go through this, we go through so. Have you ever felt like that? Okay, comment not fair. If you feel like it's not fair that women are constantly having to look inward and watch videos and figure out that they have an anxious attachment style and then realize that he has an avoidant attachment style and they're willing to do all the work and go to therapy and the men are not. They actually don't even think they have a problem. And if you send them a video, they get mad. If you feel like it's not fair, I'm going to talk to you for the next 15 seconds. I had multiple women say, why is it that it falls on our shoulders? I want to say this, your frustration is valid, it is real, but this is something that is very empowering. It is absolutely unfair, period. Period. End of sentence, full stop. It is not hopeless though. Why? Because the moment that women change what they accept, the whole dating environment begins to change. Oh, Juan, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you don't feel like you need therapy. There are a lot of people, a lot of men who have major trauma they have not addressed, and it makes them shut down when there is conflict. That's just one, just one. And they say it's because they're trying to protect their peace. If you've ever said that sentence when a woman was trying to express her feelings to you, my love, that's your sign. You need to do some research. Look into that. Look into it. And I say that with all due respect. Here's what you need to understand. Women have a lot of power. So you are not at a disadvantage because you're doing therapy and the men are not. This is what you have to understand. Baby girl, feminine is the neck. You heard that saying? Feminine is the neck. What does the neck do? Turns the head. So you are the feminine. You want the head to turn. You got to learn about your feminine powers. Okay, I'm about to put you on game. When the women stop accepting bare minimum, everything changes. Why? Because they don't have a choice. The doors of the church are closed. The kitchen is closed. Shop is locked up. Do you know when men change? It's not when you nag them to death. It's not when you bribe them. It's not when you're the best little girl you could be. You know when men change? When there's an incentive. When there is incentive. And before you get on your high horse, this is not a man thing. This is a human thing. You are not incentivized to eat healthy and work out usually until you start getting overweight or your doctor says your levels are getting dangerous. Okay? Most people do not change their lifestyle and behavior until they have an incentive. By incentive, I mean something that is motivating them to want to do it. And ladies, look in the mirror. You are a hell of a motivation. All that wagging you dragging, girl. Those beautiful lips, those pretty eyes, that luscious chest. Oh, you are incentivizing. Trust me, the men do not want to be part of the male loneliness epidemic. They want everything we are serving, honey. We just are about to raise the price. And did. When men no longer get what they want, remember I said they want access. When men no longer get what they want by giving the bare minimum, they're trying to trade. Hey, I'll give you breadcrumbs. You give me your all, your life, your body. Give me kids. When they no longer get what they want in exchange for giving the bare minimum, they adapt. They adapt. Oh, they adapt. There is a saying, soft conditions create soft men, and hard conditions make strong men. Ladies, we're about to make it real hard. Pun intended. All right, so quick question to ask yourself about the dude that you're thinking about. One, is he consistent? Is he consistent? Two, did he clearly pursue you? Were you absolutely clear? It was black and white. You knew where you stood. You were clear on his intended intentions. And number three, did you feel calm around him? Not he consistently pissed me off. Y'all are funny. One, is he consistent? Two, did he pursue you clearly? There were no questions left. And three, did you feel calm around him? Consistently. Oh, she said he effed her up. I'm sorry, boo. It's rough to child. It's whew. Nobody should go through that. So if all three things were not present, you are not building emotional security with this man, because all the feminine wants is security. You are trying to stabilize a situation that keeps making you feel anxious. You're not building something with him that's going to lead to. And once women see this pattern very, very clearly, they start to ask the same question. How do I break this pattern? You're already halfway there because you at least recognize the pattern. Okay? You recognize there is a pattern. A lot of you wrote the word pattern. You recognize there is a pattern, but the transformation doesn't start until you start to learn new tools. Not my internet going down. When you understand the root cause and you start to build new relationship dynamics, that's when you have a transformation. Can you comment the word change? Because transformation is just too long of a word. Okay. Can you comment the word change if you are ready to change? And don't worry, if you're not ready to change, I love if you could be honest and say you're not ready. Because a lot of women will say they're ready and they're not. Do you know how I know when a woman is ready? Their actions. Okay? So, again, I mentioned to you, I have a program. It is called Dating from Wholeness. It will help you understand the pattern. It will help you heal the underlying wound that developed in childhood. And it will teach you how to approach relationships from emotional wholeness instead of emotional hunger. Right now, you are hungry. You are dehydrated. You are emaciated emotionally. And so that's why you take breadcrumbs, because you're like, something is better than nothing. Emotionally, you are starving. Rosalind says, get it, sisters. You won't be disappointed. Thank you. Harris says, I wish I had this 30 years ago. That is the number one thing everyone says when they finish my course. Why did I not have this years ago? I actually want to this year start to go to high schools and teach this to young girls. So my internet went out, you guys. If you DM'd me recently, the last three of you, the automation did not take off. And so take a look and see if it didn't go through. You might have to send it one more time. And I'm going to refresh my screen and make sure that it didn't glitch, okay? Because some of you asked for the link and it looked like it glitched. And so if you did not get an immediate response, that means it glitched. So please go ahead and resend that, okay? All right. Now, a lot of women, it takes about 3 months. I usually get asked the question, like, how long does it take for the woman to really get over this hump and really start to switch, okay? I'm talking from personal experience, and I'm talking from women who've gone through. For me, it took about it was a little less than a month. But I did some radical, radical stuff. Okay, Paula B, make sure you send it again because it looks like the automation and go. And then Cha Cha, it looked like it didn't go through for you. Most women on average, it takes about 3 months. Okay, you're gonna start recognizing emotionally unavailable men much earlier, which means you are not going to be getting as bonded because the sooner you get out, the easier it is, right? You stop chasing validation from men who cannot give it. Oh, you absolutely can do it. You should do it while you're still living with the person because it's going to be really hard for you to get out. Dating will start to feel calm to your nervous system rather than confusing. And here's what the structure looks like. So each week you're going to get a lesson. It's about an hour. You watch it in your own time. And then on Saturdays, y'all, I came out of retirement. I've never taught on Saturdays because I don't play about my weekends, but I really felt like God put it on my heart to do Saturdays because so many women have different schedules. And so on Saturday, it's usually when the most people are available. So you get 2 hours of live group coaching with me from 12 to 2 Central Time, which is 1 to 3 Eastern Time. And normally what I do is I teach the course live one time, then it's all recorded, and then I package it and sell it. But right now I'm doing group coaching, which everybody says, I've been doing this 11 years. They say the magic is in the group sessions, y'all. I'm lucky when I don't cry in a session. We get into it. I've seen women have full-blown panic attacks in the class, and we in real time learn techniques how you could literally calm your nervous system because when you're spiraling, it is really difficult. It's an actual physical thing that's happening. And you learn so much from other women. And the biggest thing women say when I interview them is it's so comforting to know that I'm not crazy. This is real. Like this is happening to other people, intelligent women. Like there's nothing wrong with me. So if you are somebody who wants direct access to me, get coaching while you actually work through these patterns, you don't just want to read a book and be on your own, this is the most perfect time to join. And so if you DM me the word freedom, TikTok rather, TikTok, you DM me the word freedom, you will get the link to that program. Instagram, like I said, you can comment right here in the comments. And again, Cha Cha and Paula B, if you are still on, please, I hope you resend it because it didn't go through. All right. YouTube, you guys can just grab it, the link from the description. So stay as long as you want in the program. I'm there every single month. But a lot of women choose to stay even though they get over the big hurdle because they really like the continued growth and support. I just want to be there for you and help you. So here is what happens if you sign up. You are going to sign up. By the way, it's $97. It's a monthly subscription for $97, which ends up working out to $13 an hour, which is insane. If you guys do therapy, you know therapy is like 100, 150, 200, depending on the person. So this ends up being $13 a month. You're going to get a lot. You're going to get 8 hours with me each month, in addition to the actual course itself. And you're going to get an email that gives you instructions on how to log into my portal for the course, how to download the app for the group, and then you join the private community. So you can immediately access the group. Hey, I'm so-and-so. I just signed up tonight. Introduce yourself, meet the other women, and then start binging the course material immediately. Okay? And then if you did not watch this entire masterclass, first of all, can you guys comment the word help if this helped you? At least what you've seen so far. If there are new people here, let them know if this was helpful so they know if it's worth their time to watch the replay. If you go to YouTube, my video is called Why You Always End Up Loving Him More Than He Loves You. Why you always end up loving him more than he loves you. It's live right now on YouTube. You can go back and watch it. Okay. My channel is Chasing Yancy. Thank you. A lot of people said it helps. So watch from the beginning. If you watch it at the end, it's not the same. But DM me the word freedom. And I want to ask you a question. If nothing changes, 6 months from now, where will you be emotionally? I don't say this to scare you, but I've literally visited women in institutions, and every single woman who was in there, despite being diagnosed as bipolar and schizophrenic, which I'm not giving any health advice at all, I'm just observing, they were all in there because of breakdowns psychologically because of relationships. I do not want it to get to that point. One woman had a broken hand because she had punched through a wall. She was so frustrated with her relationship. Okay. A lot of my students have been in there. I sought help for a time. I voluntarily went. I was the only one who was voluntarily there. I knew I was, you know, say, don't push me because I'm close. I knew I was this close to the edge. Because of my faith, I didn't feel like I could divorce. And so I would feel like I was on a nervous breakdown. And thank God I ended up just walking away because I said, I gotta be here for my kids. Okay. So when I say I understand, I overstand. So 6 months from now, if you don't address this, you're going to keep going to the same patterns. You're still going to be confused. You're still going to be holding on to hope, hoping someone will choose you. You're going to be still analyzing blues clues, mixed signals. But then I want you to imagine 6 months from now, 6 months from now, you will already be 3 months into your healing. You will be able to recognize emotionally unavailable men immediately. You will get the ick. Dating will feel peaceful instead of confusing. You can start to have your experiences like Sex in the City. Your biggest concern is, what do I wear? You're not stressing, oh my God, is it going to choose air? You actually enjoy dating. So I ask you, which future do you want? Do you want to keep going the same track that you're on? They say the definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Or do you want to do something different that is getting multiple women transformations? We are starting a revolution, and it started in November of 2025. Enough of women are getting off of the crazy train. They are getting healed. I'm not calling y'all crazy, but the crazy train. They are getting healed, and they are closing up shop. Okay? Sassafras, you're going to DM the word freedom. Hit this little yellow arrow in the corner because it doesn't recognize it in the comments. You got to DM the word freedom in the DMs. Okay? Once this revolution really catches some steam, okay? In my regular course, I have over 400 women. And this group is growing by leaps and bounds because I just started January 31st. I am telling you, it is an underground movement. We are not playing games anymore. Oh, I'm in my highest evolved Pokemon form. That's so cute. Ladies, we are going to change the game. Do you understand? We are starting a revolution, just like the revolution in the 60s, how people have been talking about it for decades later. They are going to go back and talk about the revolution that started in 2026, where women got fed up, started to heal, and stopped tolerating foolishness. This will affect your children and your children's children. These habits that you learned in childhood, you are unintentionally passing them on to your children. It is necessary that you learn how to break the pattern. And if your kids are old enough to have their own kids, it's even more imperative. Okay? You can break generational curses by learning how to heal and then teaching the new techniques. I've already seen the things in my daughter that I unintentionally passed on to her. She feels like she needs to always be the best. She feels like she needs to perform. And I'm having to teach her each day, you are perfect just as you are. Of course, do your best, but I will love you always, no matter what. I might get frustrated, but I'm always going to love you no matter what. And we need to teach that to our children in our energy, not just our words. They watch our energy. They pick up on our energy. Babies can feel our energy. So don't think you can just say words and they're okay. You need to actually do the healing work. So go ahead and sign up. You are going to get an email giving you the instructions on how to download the course. Some people get stuck when they go to log in because they don't realize it's a toggle between sign up and log in. Make sure you are toggled to log in once you've already signed up. Otherwise, it's going to say, oh, you can't sign in. All right? So you're so welcome, Sassafras. I look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. I love, love, love seeing new faces when you come in. It is going to be a whole thing. Tell a friend. Let her know to come. If you want the course, it's always $595. The price actually will be probably going up in 2026, to be honest. So if you want to get it for a ridiculous discount, $300 off, um, then go ahead and DM me the word fresh. You may as well, if you've got the extra coins, get it now while it's $300 off. Okay, it's only be $295. Um, oh, thank you for the compliment. I actually decided to do it today. And you can get that discount. Thank you, Tay. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. Let me answer this one last question before I go. She says, is there a way to know when a man is just giving you attention and he isn't interested from the beginning? Absolutely. I literally teach that in my course. Okay. It's a lot to go into, but basically he's not going to be consistent. Long story short, he's not going to be consistent. But in the course, I spell out exactly, my course, the dating manual, I spell out exactly what a man is going to do. They are the green flags to look for. A lot of people look for, they want to make sure there are no red flags, like no giant big red flags. Someone just DM me the word follow. You want to make sure you DM me the word freedom because it's an automation, it's a computer system. It will not know what to do with the word follow. So make sure you correct it, please, and put freedom. But a lot of women say, oh, well, he doesn't have red flags. It's not enough to not have red flags. He needs to have the green flags, which show he is moving towards investment and commitment. Otherwise, he is going to do just enough to give you the bare minimum so that you will not push back on being a placeholder. And then he will ride that wave until he meets the woman of his dreams. So I strongly advise you guys, pay attention in the course, learn how men move. Once you understand how men move, there's nothing confusing about it ever again. Oh, Tay says the dating manual is very helpful for me. I will never stop talking about it. I'm so glad you liked it, Tay. Thank you. She's one of the OGs. Okay. So once you learn, I'm telling you, ladies, here, and let me close with this. So many ladies say things like, I'm a queen, I'm the prize, but you don't actually believe it. The reason why is because you keep stooping to the level of somebody who's not a prize, right? You accept treatment that is less than a prize. Sorry, one question. Can I use it as a man? For the healing course, I have a wait list. I think we got about 4 men on there. If I get to 10, I will launch the one for men because I don't want to have the genders mixed in. Doesn't feel as much of a safe space for both parties. So if you were asked about the healing program, that one, you want to just DM me the word freedom. And then when it says, what's your gender? Click, I'm a man. And then it'll add you to the course. Hey, Will. But a lot of you consciously think that you're a queen and you are the prize, but subconsciously, it's what you don't realize is happening. You realize you don't think that for real because your actions say something different. The reality is that once women wake up and realize after they do the work, I am a big deal, they realize the right man will always step up and pay your price. The right man will always cater to what you need. I'm not talking about you being silly and asking for ridiculous stuff. What I'm saying is whatever you require, whatever makes your nervous system feel safe, he is going to have an attitude of absolutely, absolutely. And I don't mean it in a simpish way. I'm saying that is the dynamic of a healthy relationship. Just like, think about you. When a man pushes back and says, hey, this makes me uncomfortable, you're like, oh my God, okay. And you adjust. You don't think like, oh, he's a diva, right? So it's the unhealed version of you that accepts this lesser treatment. And it's going to take a giant group of us women collectively removing ourselves from the dating marketplace until qualified buyers approach. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get off of here so you guys can check out everyone. Hopefully you've gotten the link who wanted it while I'm live because I'm about to shut this thing off. And I will see you guys on Saturday. Good night, YouTube. Good night.